The nature strip policy is a set of guidelines that instructs people how to plant out a nature strip or how to maintain their nature strip. So the nature strip is actually technically owned by council and makes up part of the road reserve. So the road reserve goes from the property boundary through to the road to the other property boundary, but it's the residents' responsibility to maintain the road reserve. When it comes to planting on a nature strip, we ask you to follow the guidelines that are set out in the policy. What we're wanting to achieve is plants that grow no taller than 500 mil high, so half a metre high. Why do we ask that? It's to help when people are backing out of a driveway such as this, they get a clear sight line to see if there's cars coming or if there's other people walking along the road so no one gets hurt. Absolutely, if you follow the guidelines and keep under 500 mil or half a metre high, you can plant edible plants on your nature strip. But you've got to be mindful, it's a public space, so any members of the public may be able to pick the plants and you can't really stop them. The problem with a planter box, because it's raised, can be a tripping hazard, and we don't want to cause an issue of risk where someone could hurt themselves. Absolutely, you can put mulch on your nature strip, especially if you've planted up and you've got a garden bed. But the one thing we do ask is you don't put mulch up against the trunk of a tree because it can impact the health of the tree. We'd ask you not to cut any overhanging branches, but to contact council. Council employ fully qualified arborists and they prune to the Australian standard. So all you have to do is get onto council's website, lodge a request, and one of our arborists will come out and attend to that tree. So if it's a private tree, so it's grown from your property, we would ask that you prune that tree back. If the tree is on the nature reserve, on the road reserve, council will prune the tree. So that's a really good question. So when it comes to the actual surface treatment, grass is a great treatment to use because it's a living organism. It's going to allow water to go into the ground. It's going to benefit the ground. We'd ask that rocks and larger, thicker gravel not be used. Same with mulch, thick mulch up against the edge of a road where people might be walking could be a tripping hazard, so we'd be mindful of that. Concrete, well, definitely council has concrete footpaths going through, but we'd ask for the whole nature strip not to be concreted because we want the water to be able to get into the ground and assist with the living organisms. Council selects nature strip trees based off the neighbourhood character. And as we know, all our neighbourhoods are different in all our townships. Whether it's Winchelsea, whether it's here in Torquay, whether it's in Aries Inlet or whether it's in Lorne, the tree is specifically chosen for that neighbourhood character. Council will then come and plant that tree, and then for the first 2 years it's really important for the establishment period through watering, through formative pruning, that we establish the tree so it has good form, so it grows into a tall, healthy tree. If you want to select your own nature strip tree, we'd ask that you contact council because it's really important that we maintain the neighbourhood character, but we're also planting trees that grow well in that area and are safe for the public. The nature strip policy guides how we plant up and maintain our nature strips. The important part of a nature strip, which forms part of the road reserve, is that it's a spot where people can safely access off the road.